Okay, I just uploaded a video to YouTube, and then I told my son that, hey, I showed the calendar, from that trip, and he immediately was like, oh no, I have to watch you go through it. And he wants me to come back with a video to explain the finger, and I understand why. Okay, okay, okay. So here we go, here we go. By the way, he also wanted me to tell you that this picture was taken inside a cave, and they walked about, I think he said like 30 minutes inside the cave. That's how big this cave was. And it was very narrow at some points. And then when they came out in the end of the cave into this giant hollow space where these stalagmites, I think it's pronounced, it sounds funny when I say it, but it's like drips of old ochre water making these looking like a um oh my god, what's the word for it? When it's winter and the water is coming from the gutter of the house, they form this shape of ice called something. Um, oh my god, how can that word escape me? Ah, okay. I don't know. Icicles is coming through my head. Maybe that's a good description. But from the roof of this giant cave was these meter-long icicles, and it was such a scary experience for them because they were picturing what if something happens and one of these icicles breaks loose and then just trample down in the head of them. Okay, but the whole reason for doing this extra video is because I promised him to explain the finger. I don't even know if anyone noticed, but teenagers, right? On this picture right here, he is for fun sticking his finger out of his trousers. So if anyone catched it, and I don't know if anyone did, he think you did because I was doing like this with my finger showing that rocky trail that they followed. And then he was like, you have to explain to them that it's my hand and it's for fun. So there you go, guys. And then, yeah, I actually, um, yeah, I actually did record when they came home and they brought presents with them, but I never really uploaded it to YouTube because I was super nasal because I was having my man flu. So I never released it on YouTube. So I think that I will find that old footage and then just show you guys what my hubby and son brought home from gift from Spain. I am so glad I was not on this trip. They were hiking a lot, and my knees are not in the best shape, so I wouldn't survive a single day in their schedule. So that's the reason why, I was not with them. Um, I also want to talk about. I just watched Bob Owen, and it just brought me to tears that so many people has sent a card to Barb, and I am beyond words about how big an impact it's got on me that people are actually thinking about me. And I want to say that I discovered a couple of weeks ago that Barb Owen was collecting cards that was going to be sent to me, and it was like get well cards, and that's the whole reason why I popped back up on YouTube. When I first learned about it, I was messaging together with Kathy Arbor about it, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that people are so generous and got such a big heart and care for people in this community. So I was asking her, should I do a vlog telling people that I am okay, I got good, I got bad days? And I never really got around doing that vlog because I'm not a vlogger. So what I recorded was just lame. And I think I misunderstand the concept of YouTube. I think I feel if I want to post something to YouTube, it have to be something worth watching, like the development of a painting. But sometimes maybe it's just good enough with videos like this one, where it's like super personal and I'm just showing things that I got in presents and telling you a little bit about my life. Because I am very like to the point in some of my uploads, just talking about what's going on the paper and not so much about me. But maybe I got it all wrong. Maybe people would like to hear more about what's going on in my life. So now I'm trying to make this very private upload where I am um, trying to communicate how grateful I am that people actually have been thinking about me in this period of time. And I want to say that I'm getting better. I am out currently of this metal brace and this sports tape. I use it when I'm working because it's good support for my hands. And then I also got some gloves that I just recently bought. Recently, it's been like a month, and it's let me get. I actually have the original packaging here. It's from a seller called, funny enough, Dr. Arthritis. And it's copper wired gloves, and they give me good support. So I feel that with these helping things, I am managing pretty well. Things are getting forward in a positive pace. So I have, thanks to Barb Oven, been very creative this March month, and I must say that it meant a huge influence that people actually was thinking about little me here in Denmark. That it kind of gave me a donkey kick in the butt to just create what I'm able to. And I can feel, and I know this sounds so cheesy, I can feel the spark, you know? Like I can feel that, I can feel it's coming back, you know, that joy. Yeah, that's a whole chapter for itself. I think most of you understand that in times where you are not able to be creative, it is hurtful to look at art supply because it seems unreachable and it seems so permanent. And then when you finally are getting back and being able to use your things, it all comes back, you know, that joy and all the images in your head. It's about, oh, I want to paint this, I want to create this. And I can feel how it's very uplifting and how it is bringing a special joy into your life. So you move focus from what you're not able to do, and then suddenly you can overcome more and more. And I would go as far as to say that me being creative the past 2 weeks have helped me get out of more and more things like the tape. Yeah, maybe it's just a mental thing. I don't know. I don't know. But to round off that awesome trip that my hubby and son had in Spain, my son got something about stones. He liked to collect stones, and especially when he's traveling, he always come home with stones that he collected from that area. And I think he started when he was around 7 years old to do this, and it's just really okay. These two are precious. There's a story to this. Okay, before I put them away, I can tell that story. Last week, we went to the beach and it was such a gloomy day. It was like foggy and cold and just a very gloomy trip. But since I am doing this sharing right now, I think that I would like to show what what's going on in my life. Last weekend we went to this beach to look for amber because there's just been a very rough weather here in Denmark. And you know, from the time frame from January to February, you are able to find amber on the beach. And then, oh my God, my hubby makes me feel so old. He cannot pass this pile of sand without running up on the top of that hill, and he just makes me feel so damn old because I feel like I'm standing like a relic on the ground safely, like, don't trip on the way down. You know, I just, yeah. But Denmark has been looking like like this while my son and hubby was away on their trip. So we are still having cold weather, but it's getting better. But what I wanted to say is that on that cold trip last weekend, they found these two small um, stones of amber. I'm just gonna safely put them back. But I wanted to talk about the stones that my son came home with from Spain. They were on quite a pilgrimage route. They were up in the mountains, and they passed an area in the mountain that had huge chunk of this shimmery stone. I don't know what kind of stone this is, but as an artist, I am very interested in thinking about, oh my God, can you imagine if you could grind this into some sort of a paint? Look at this stone right here with this. To me, it looks like they struck an ore of gold or something. I can just imagine, you know, why people would find it amusing to dig in the soil when you find shimmery things like this. So it's just amazing how different countries producing different kind of stones, because I can see a very variety in this stone collection compared to the stone collection that he came home with from his trip to Sweden. Okay, the camera doesn't really pick up, but these two, like this egg is just marvelous. I mean, it's just perfect, and it's got this shimmery surface. It's very pushed back, and also this stone is got the glitter built in it. But this is totally like a glitter, a white glitter egg. Yeah, I just wanted to show this because I think it's very fun that such a young man is collecting these items. And then I also want to attach to this video my original footage from right when they came home from Spain and showered me with gifts. And I'm talking in that video about some pastels that I received. And I just wanted to show the finish pastel. It's actually me testing out the Rembrandt pastel sticks. So this is like a tester drawing. It's not like something I really put my brain into and wanted to do like something really exciting with. But what I'm basically testing out, oh my God, is how this pastel layer on top of each other, especially with the highlights. And I think it's doing a pretty good job. And then the pastel crumbles because they are very fragile. And all the crumbles I just took into this instrument right here, which is, I think it's called a mortar here in Denmark. I don't know what the English name is for it. And I don't know if this is the correct way of doing it, but I'm actually grinding down the pieces that fell off, and there was like too small to pick up and draw with. And then I grounded them into this powder, and that's the powder that I used with my fingers to mush into the paper as the background. And it totally kills the crystals of the pastels, so you see a big shift between freshly laid down pastel next to that finger mushed pastel. So I'm not quite sure that I like that dead look. It looks like it's dead, you know, there's like no vibrancy left in it. But it's a good way of using up things that should maybe be thrown out. I know that people are able to collect this pastel dust into a new stick. So I'm keeping this on my table, and in the future I will collect more dust into this, and then when time comes I will try and read up about it and see how I can roll my own stick from this pastel dust so nothing gets wasted. I actually think that the Frugal Crafter have a tutorial where she shows how she rolled up her own pastel sticks from the dust. So if you want to look for info about that, maybe you could start looking in that direction. So, but now comes the footage of my presents from Spain. And sorry for the yeah, okay, my nose is totally blocked because I'm having a cold, so I'm heavily breathing through my mouth, and, and that's also one of the reasons why I did not want to upload it to YouTube, because it just brings pictures, you know, of it transformed me into this big dinosaur sitting like you know, huffing and puffing my way through that stream. So yeah, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna include it and hope that you'll be entertained. Bye bye.
Hello, hello. I am working on my first drawing for a month, and suddenly it just hit me that, oh my god, I'm so stupid. I should have turned on the camera, so I at least got something to show for my YouTube channel. But it's been months since I have been working on a sheet of paper. I'm sorry for sounding a little bit nasal. I'm battling a cold at the moment. The reason for working on this pastel drawing is because the boys, you know, my son and hubby, they just returned from a trip to Spain and they brought home gifts. So I also feel that, hey, not only can I show me working on a piece of paper, I can also show what they brought home in gifts. So this upload is going to be about the presents they came back with from Spain. I was really surprised. There was this brown paper bag, and then when I unwrapped it, inside there was this plastic thing. And when I unwrapped that one, these Rembrandt soft pastels was in there. It just blew my mind that my hubby actually came home buying me art supply. And not only art supply, but like a kick-ass art supply. These Rembrandt soft pastels, I have been eyeballing them, but you can buy them individually in my local art store, but they're kind of expensive, so I always refrained from that, and then wanted to buy sets from Amazon instead because I thought that I would get more for my money, you know. So I feel that it's just so precious. And look at the range of colors that were picked. It's just perfect. I mean, this palette right here is just, you can make a lot of things. So, and I also found out that working with pastels is, I think, the way to go to break out of this art rut where I find it difficult to use my hands. I can feel that this tool right here lies nice in my hands, and then the application with the stick pastel is so much friendlier than holding a brush or a pencil. So it was just a blessing that he came home with pastels. So I've been working on this sheet right here, where I did kind of got the inspiration from it was a YouTube channel. I will find the name to refer to her channel. But she did this, I think it was in watercolor, I think. And then I just never forgot the cleverness of hiding a face behind flowers, because if you don't want to draw a whole face, you know, with eyes and everything, all the features. It is just nice to cover up large areas with flowers. So since I wanted to test out these pastels, I just went for that image. I don't really have a reference photo. I'm just playing with these pastels. But I really would like to show you guys what they brought home to me of gifts from Spain, because it's overwhelming. It's like it's my birthday or something. So first of all, I got stoked when I got these Rembrandt soft pastels. I mean, that in itself was just a big surprise, right? And then oh, let me find a place to put it where I don't mess it up. By the way, this block right here, it's so cleverly made. It's Della Rowney pastel sketch pad, and between each sheet of paper, which is like you could say like a medium grained pastel paper, there is this protecting sheet right here, just this fine sheet, which means that you can actually just close the pad when you're not working on your drawing, and then it will be protected, and you can actually use it as your I would say like sketchbook, because there is that protector sheet in between each piece of paper. So I'm really fond of this Della Rowney pastel colored paper. really likable. Okay, this is like the humongous haul they brought home to me from Spain. And oh my god, is there something that I love? And it's like chocolate with a coffee flavor, right? So, and it's like they know me so well. I love tea and chocolate with coffee taste. So, first of all, this is like milk chocolate, and this is dark chocolate. And then they got these is it called a bun, like bolsche? Oh gosh, what would that be in English? Like, it's a sweet but it's a coffee flavored sweet. And then eucalyptus, well, I'm gonna try this one because I'm having a cold. And then 2 more of the coffee flavored sweet. Really just up my alley. Look at this one, this is so awesome. And this is the whole reason why I wanted to do this upload, even though that I'm having a cold, is because I can't wait to open this and eat it. But it's wrapped so nicely, so I thought that I should turn on the camera. But it's coffee flavored chocolate, and look how you know how chunky it is. It's perfect. And then it's just wrapped so nicely. So, and then it blew me over. They gifted me this scarf of cashmere, and it is so soft. It's like a stola, you know, you can put it around your shoulders, and then it have this clip right here where you can attach it. So you can kind of wrap yourself up like in a poncho. And then my son, he's so sweet. He said that there was a lot of fabric designs, but he deliberately picked this one for me because it had that Lord of the Ring vibe that he know that I like so much. Which is true, because, you know, I'm a big fan of these sketchbooks here. The Dreamkeeper sketchbooks. And all of them have that, like this tree printed in. So, oh my god, I just love that he handpicked. You know, it's just so special when people are thinking of you when they're abroad traveling, and then handpick, especially. Yeah, I'm blown away about this gift. This is so nice. This is so soft. So good. And then they also brought home a ton of these native teas. And oh my god, I already tried out 2 of them. And oh my god, it's just so beautiful. It's such a shame that you have to keep them inside these bags because they are so beautiful. Let me see. Maybe I can make a funnel of this one. I can pour out some of it. How can I do it? I mean, isn't it beautiful? You can see like peels of orange and red berries and a bunch of fruits. I mean, I just love when tea comes like this and not just like black tea leaves and then nothing more. So somehow I want to show how beautiful this tea is. Let's take one with flowers. Which one? Okay, this one maybe. Oh my god, I can't wait to get healed in my nose so I also can smell how this smells. Oh my god, look at this, just like red flowers. I mean, it's just so aesthetically pleasing when you're making a cup of tea that you have this visual experience to go with it. And like I said before, I love that it's like these chunky tea leaves and not this fine milled tea, because when it's like super fine milled, then you sometimes get those grainy leftovers in the bottom of your teapot, and it's just like a little bit annoying, you know. So, but oh my god. But every single, oh my god, look at this one, like flowers, pink flowers and lavender flowers. To me, it's just so so precious. Oh, I can't smell anything, which is a shame because I bet that the scent of these teas are just wonderful. And then, I don't know if you can imagine, I'm so greedy that I wish that they bought like a whole suitcase of this. Oh man. Chocolate and tea is just the best, the best, the best. Oh my god, look at this. It even got like chunks of fruit in there. I see that it's some dried fruit right there. Oh my god. I think it's rose leaves. Isn't it just beautiful? It's just so feminine to drink your tea, you know, like this. I don't know. I have a special relationship with tea. I love coffee, don't get me wrong, but I just have a, like, I don't know. There's something special about caring about making your pot of tea and being meticulous with it, and then just finding that perfect spot in the house or in the garden to sit and enjoy your tea. It's always been for me like a good tradition when you're off work and then you come home and then you brew your special tea. And I have always loved this kind of tea instead of the, is it called tea bags? I think it's called tea bags. I mean, making your tea from this instead of just using a tea bag is just the best. Wow. Okay, enough about this. Maybe I should talk about what I have been spending my time with, art-wise, because this is supposed to be like an art channel, right? I have not been productive at all. I actually used to draw a lot every day. I don't know if you guys remember that. I used to be a kind of a ferocious creator. Like I loved to be active and paint and sketch and draw on a daily basis. So it has been so weird for me to having to force myself into this hibernating state where I had to put down the pen and the brush to rest my fingers. So of course I am also experiencing those blocks, you know, like a natural artist block when I have to pick up the drawing once more time. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to explain. But I have been missing being creative, but I really needed to give my hands a much needed rest, especially from live streaming, because sitting on 2 hours and forcing my hands to work has just been too much. The issue at the moment is this finger and this finger. Can you see how, let's say that I needed to pick up a pencil. Like when you're writing, and if you look at your little finger, it's got this curvature that's resting on the table, kind of giving you a balance to touch your paper. I'm not able to have that curvature on this finger, which makes it so artificial that I need to sit like you know, when they're like, it's just very different. And then this finger here also got an issue. Can you see how when I normally use a pencil, that you use that middle finger to rest the pen, so you use it for helping you to write? That's also a problem. So what I do is that I turn this brace that's got like a metal thing, I turn it around, and then I let the pencil touch that metal brace, so I can switch between using my finger like this and then like that. But either way, it is not as it used to be. You know, I need to adjust. I don't know for how long it's going to be like this. At least now I can have a grip of something I wasn't able to for a long time. So yeah, but let me just show you a little bit what I've been spending my time with.
What I have been doing in this long period where I have not been creative is making a mood board, and it's this chipboard packaging leftover thing that has been next to my window, and then I have been just with pins been sticking things up. And doing Christmas, it was all like Christmas, and then I take it down. And then doing January, there was a lot of winter, and then I take it down. And now we are close to Easter, so I got more like bright colors on it. But it's something that's getting built up, and then when it's overloaded, I clear it off and then start anew. It's actually like a collage, you could say. So let me see if I can take it down and you can get a closer look. It is a ton of random stuff that makes its way to my mood board, and I just attach it. First, I put down a poster from Daphne's Diary. I got several of them, and then that's like the background, and then I just start pinning in things, and there's like no rhyme or reason. So it's just ending up like a big collage of stuff. I use these right here, and then sometimes I'm so lucky that in Daphne's Diary there are something that you can assemble. Like this is supposed to be an iPhone charger holder, and then I use it as a pocket, and then I put in papers that I think sparks joy to look at, and hopefully all this will kind of, I don't know, I still feel creative in a way, even though that I am not creating anything. I'm just finding old drawings that still sparks joy to look at. Like I have had a period of time where I drew a lot of girls with glasses on, and I would like to go back and finish that journal at some point. So she's here to remind me about. I still got an unfinished journal with this girl, and then yeah, it's just an inspiration board. And now it's a little bit crowded. There is some Easter things on it. So I think within a couple of weeks it will be cleared out, and then I can make it most like spring feeling. So that's the way it works. Maybe you can use this for something. So that's why I'm showing it, even though that it's a little bit messy to show. But everything goes on these mood boards. Like I got a postal stamp of the Queen here. I got a butterfly shipped to me from Sandra, and then I got some Jane Davenport ephemera here. And I love Pusheen, so I also just attached some of my Pusheen stuff. Um, yeah, and it's just a creative space in time where I'm not producing anything myself. So that's what I've been doing. Yeah. Is it is it worth showing? I don't know. Maybe you can use maybe you can use it as inspiration. Thanks for watching this upload from me, and I wish you a nice weekend. Bye bye.